Thursday, October 15th, 2020. I'd had a particularly busy day at the office. No, nothing you'd be interested in. Just the usual everyday grind of running a successful business. Paperwork, scheduling, talking to clients, and so on, and so on. It was almost 7 in the evening, early for me, and I was at home. Amanda had taken Jade to see my parents, so I was alone, out on the patio enjoying the view of the city below. The sun was almost set, but even though it was still light, here and there the lights of the city were beginning to show, and the Tennessee River was a dark gray ribbon. Beautiful. Anyway, there I was, relaxing, a large measure of Lafrogue in hand, alone with my thoughts. And as they usually do in such times, my thoughts wandered back over my career. As you know, I started my professional life as a cop right after I graduated Fairleigh Dickinson in June '97. I made detective 2 years later and spent the next 7 years in homicide. And then I quit. Which brings me to the point of my story. As I was sitting there enjoying the peace and quiet and the view, it occurred to me that you might be wondering why I left the force. Well, let me tell you. It all began Monday, July 28th, 2008, 8:30 a.m. It all started on a Monday morning. As soon as I opened my eyes, I knew something wasn't right. I don't normally wake up in a bad mood, but that morning was different. I heard the shower running, which meant that Kate was already up. She'd stayed the night, so I should have woken up in a great mood. Sergeant Kate Kazara isn't just a great cop and fantastic partner. She's also an expert at keeping me in a good mood, especially when she stays over. It wasn't until I'd checked my phone that I realized what my brain had been trying to tell me all along. I'd overslept. I cursed myself and sat up in bed. My head was pounding. I glared angrily at my iPhone. Now, I'm no Luddite. I don't have a problem with modern technology, like smartphones, but I prefer to do things old school. Well, most of the time. I guess I still wasn't used to using my phone's alarm because somehow I'd failed to turn it on. My bad. I went to the bathroom and poked my head inside. "Why didn't you wake me up?" I asked, sounding more annoyed than I meant to. The headache was making me cranky. "I overslept." Kate peeked around the frosted glass of the shower door, smiling, suds in her hair. Yeah, that's right. She kept her own shampoo and whatnot in my bathroom. After nearly 7 years together, she was entitled to. She also kept several changes of clothing in the spare bedroom. "You look so tired," she said. "I wanted you to get as much sleep as you could." I tried to pay attention to what she was saying. Really, I did. But seeing her standing there all soaked up in her birthday suit through that frosted glass was a distraction and a half. Kate is a tall, lean woman, but she has curves in all the places that count. "How about I join you?" I asked, grinning, my headache all but forgotten. She smiled at me seductively. "I'd love that, big boy, but we don't have time. You overslept, remember?" I frowned, nodded, reluctantly backed out, closed the door, and headed to the kitchen to make coffee. I've always hated oversleeping, and I hate having to rush to get ready for work even more. Anyway, I'd just gotten the coffee started when my phone rang. I looked at the screen. It was Assistant Police Chief Henry Finkel. Great. Just what I need when I already have a headache. I accepted the call, putting it on speaker.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.